Hey people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you are and in good health. Okay, we're going to be talking about Afghanistan's mineral deposits and do they have the potential to become a wealthy nation going forward. So let's take a look at this Al Jazeera article. Now, the benefits of Afghanistan's mineral riches may not be so forthcoming. Let's find out what the potential is here. So, last month, the Taliban interim government signed several contracts worth 6.5 billion with foreign and national investors to develop some of Afghanistan's mineral wealth. As the country grappled with the struggle economy and the legacy of decades of war and great power conflicts, these mining deals could provide much needed revenue and employment opportunities. But they also raise serious questions about the country's sovereignty, national resource, integrity, environment, and cultural heritage preservation. Now, these deals appear to be double-edged swords, as Afghanistan could benefit spectacularly, or it could fall into the same trap as other resource-rich developing nations in terms of being at the detriment of its people. I am aware that, just over a year ago, Chinese entities were moving into Afghanistan to do similar projects around the mining sectors, because Afghanistan does have a lot of minerals and is rich in resources. Now, the potential for economic development. So, in a country ravaged by years of conflict and instability, foreign direct investment in sectors like mining presents itself a lifeline. Now, Afghanistan faces a higher unemployment rate that leaves many of its citizens struggling to find stable work and make ends meet. In this context, foreign investment in mining could provide direct employment opportunities in the mines, as well as jobs in ancillary sectors like transport, services, and manufacturing, which obviously all will support a potential mining sector. Obviously, we've seen the war of the last several decades. Previously, the Russian allied forces, the Americans have gone into Afghanistan, and we've seen the devastation, destruction in the country. Now, this potential contracts, in terms of the mineral mining and so on, could really help it develop its economy. So beyond job creation, the FDI brings with its potential for technological transfer. By partnering with foreign companies experienced in advanced mining techniques, Afghanistan could benefit from a significant transfer of tech and skills, which in turn would raise the country's technical capabilities and industrial know-how. Afghanistan's economy is heavily reliant on agriculture, right? Because obviously there's a lot of, agriculture out there in terms of farming and so on. So being a agricultural kind of economy, it can be susceptible to challenges such as climate change, droughts, and other kind of market fluctuations and other external economic shocks as well. Now, the influx of mining investments could contribute to, more needed economic diversification, obviously helping improve the country, and by branching out into sectors other than agriculture. Afghanistan can mitigate its vulnerability due to various risks and lay the foundations for a more robust economy, the one that performs better and help the nation, develop. Now, the biggest hurdle remains the economic sanctions imposed by the West, which have been unintended effect of entrenching the Taliban power base in the country, especially when the American forces left just over a year ago. Now, the sanctions have led to increase in illicit activities and have had a ricochet effect of marginalizing women on public spaces in schools and workplaces. Now, FDI mining and other sectors could counterbalance the negative impact of these sanctions by reintroducing lawful economic activities that can bring about local prosperity and social reforms and so on. Now, some of the challenges here is that an injection of foreign capital, however, does not come with some strings attached. Experience from developing countries have shown that large-scale resource extraction often hands a disproportionate amount of power to those who are actually investing, maybe external or foreign governments, and such arrangements could potentially compromise the nation itself in terms of its self-determination and prosperity. Additionally, the possibility of mining contracts being obtained for speculative purposes remains. For example, some companies that have acquired mining privileges may choose to defer the actual extraction process while waiting for an increase in commodity prices in more advantageous circumstances. Obviously, issues around corruption, nepotism, fraud also might, have problems as well. Now, if this scenario occurs, Afghanistan would have effectively relinquish authority over its natural resources without obtaining immediate benefits and a solid kind of contract for its people and the economy of the nation. But even in optimal conditions, when investors are active upon their commitments, the realization of full economic potential in large-scale mining projects requires many years due to a multitude of variables, including extensive geological tests, construction of critical facilities, and establishment of operational standards. Obviously, this can't happen overnight. It's something of a long-term process. Now, another challenge related to mining deals ensuring that the equitable distribution of profits among the citizens in Afghanistan. So obviously the profits that they make in terms of the mining, make sure that those profits get out and benefit the actual populace and population of the country. Acting Minister of Petroleum and Mines, Shahabuddin Dalwar, said during the contract signing ceremony last month that there is complete transparency in the mining contracts, highlighting the prevention of illegal mining activities and smuggling, which can be a threat. But the more high-tech, high-level Taliban officials in Afghanistan's mining sector raises multiple concerns. Skepticism bounds whether the revenue generated from mining will benefit the broader population or not. Well, another uncertainty remains as the actual commitment to responsible mining practice, particularly those that protect the environment, carbon footprint and these elements. Afghanistan is a water poor country, and mining activities can exacerbate the scarcity by diminishing and contaminating water resources. Obviously, there is a danger of toxic chemicals seeping into water, availability there as well. So such environmental degradation could have a devastating impact on local communities that rely on resources for their livelihoods. Now, additionally, labour exploitation could occur because the mining sector could potentially be monopolised by high-ranking officials who may overlook the welfare of workers and regulations. And obviously, since the precise terms of mining agreements have not been fully discussed or disclosed, whether cultural heritage preservation, Afghanistan's most critical resource, was taken into account remains to be seen. Afghanistan is home to a rich tapestry of history and culture, much of which remains to large-scale industrial projects, vulnerable to large-scale industrial projects. Obviously, people like Alexander the Great, Greek heritage, Bactrian heritage, and many other kinds of different historical elements there that need protecting and conservation. Okay, one example is the Mez Avna copper mining project, which has been a priority for development for both this and the past governments. The site is located in what was once an ancient Buddhist city, from which some remarkable ruins remain. If extraction of the site takes place without careful adherence to archaeology protocols and eye towards preserving cultural heritage, that could potentially damage that history. And obviously there are a number of other issues around policy and other elements as mentioned. Okay people, I hope you enjoyed this video. You can see obviously Afghanistan has gone through a long period of sustained war and terrible elements around that many people have suffered. So contracts like this could have the potential to enrich the country, create job opportunities, create more employment opportunities, create opportunities for younger people in the country, and also help develop the economy and prosper. Okay people, let us know what you think in the comment section below. Catch you in the next one.